Welcome friends, today we are not here for an ordinary discussion. We are here to unlock something that can genuinely change your life. This is not about grammar rules, not about memorizing random phrases, not about listening passively and hoping one day you will magically become fluent. No. Today is about training, transformation, and building a completely new ability inside you. I want you to listen carefully till the very end, because what I am going to share may become the turning point in your journey. Many people spend years watching lessons, reading books, memorizing techniques, but still when the time comes to use their knowledge, they freeze. Their mind goes blank, their confidence disappears, and they feel stuck. And the biggest reason is this. Nobody told them the truth about how to actually train themselves. Let me begin with a question. How many times have you read about memory tricks? How many times have you repeated rules in your head? How many times have you watched others give tips? And yet, when you need to recall something, an important word, a date, a piece of information, you cannot bring it out instantly. It hides somewhere in your brain, and you feel frustrated. The truth is not that you are weak, or lazy, or untalented. The truth is that your brain has never been trained the right way. Just like your body needs exercise to grow stronger, your memory also needs practice in the right form to become sharp and powerful. You can feed your brain information all day long, but unless you train it actively, that information will not transform into lasting memory. So, what are we going to do here? In this program, we will build a memory gym. Think of it as a workout space, but instead of lifting weights for your muscles, you will be exercising your brain with practical, simple, and powerful techniques. And you don't need hours, you just need consistency and a clear system. I want you to imagine this. Think of a person who reads 100 books about swimming. They know the strokes, the breathing methods, the movements. But if they never jump into water, what will happen the first time they try? They panic, they sink, they fail. Why? Because they trained their mind but not their body. The same happens with memory. You can know about tricks, but if you don't apply them daily, your brain stays untrained. Now, here's the good news. Your memory is not fixed. It's not like a machine with limited space. It is alive, flexible, and capable of growing stronger at any age. Whether you are a student, a professional, or someone who simply wants to remember names and faces better, you can upgrade your memory starting from today. But before we go into the specific steps, I need you to accept one powerful truth. Your memory is trainable. Repeat that inside yourself. You are not stuck with a weak memory. You are not cursed with forgetfulness. You have the ability to expand, to sharpen, to recall faster than ever before. You simply need the right method, the right daily practice, and the courage to begin. So let's open the door to this journey. In this first part, I am going to give you the foundation. The real reason why your memory feels slow, and the basic principles you must understand before moving into techniques. Why memory fails. Have you noticed that sometimes you remember small details from years ago, but you forget something you studied yesterday? That happens because memory does not work like a storage box where everything goes in equally. Memory is linked to attention, emotion, and repetition. If something feels important, surprising, or emotional, your brain marks it. If it feels boring, your brain throws it away. This is why you can remember the lyrics of songs you never intended to memorize, but forget half the points from a lecture you tried hard to focus on. Your brain chooses based on what feels alive. So if you want to master memory, you need to learn how to make information feel alive, emotional, and connected. That is the secret. The foundation of training. Before we dive into techniques, here are the 3 foundations you must accept. 1. Association. Your brain remembers through connections, not isolation. A random number or word will slip away, but if you connect it to an image, a story, or an emotion, it sticks. 2. Visualization. Pictures are stronger than plain words. When you attach a clear mental image to an idea, your brain holds it longer. 3. Repetition with variation. Simple repetition is not enough. You need smart repetition, reviewing information at intervals, from different angles, in different forms. With these three foundations, you can make any technique powerful. Step 1. Train attention. The first exercise is simple but life-changing. Train your attention. Most people forget not because their memory is weak, but because their focus is weak. They never paid full attention in the first place, so the brain had nothing to store. Here's how to train it. Whenever you meet someone new, instead of just hearing their name, repeat it immediately in your mind, and then out loud. Look at their face carefully. Notice a unique feature, eyes, smile, hairstyle, and link it with their name. For example, John with the joyful smile. That extra second of attention makes the name stay. Practice this every day. Don't just passively hear, actively observe and connect. Step 2. The power of pictures. The second step is to use your imagination. If you want to remember words, ideas, or numbers, turn them into pictures. Your brain is like a giant movie screen. It loves images. For example, if you want to remember the number 45, imagine a chair, 4 looks like a chair, with a snake, 5 looks like an S, curled around it. Strange, funny images stay in memory much longer than dry facts. The more unusual the picture, the stronger the memory. So don't be afraid to make your images wild, exaggerated, or even silly. That's exactly why they will work. Step 3. Build chains. Another method is linking. Instead of trying to remember a list separately, turn it into a story. For example, if you need to remember milk, bread, apples, and coffee, imagine this. You pour milk over bread, apples start dancing on the table, and coffee floods the room. This story, although crazy, will help you recall the list in order. This is how your brain loves to work, through patterns and connections, not isolation. Step 4. Review at intervals. The final step for this first part is learning the art of reviewing. Memory fades fast if you do not revisit it. But if you review at the right times, after 1 day, after 3 days, after 1 week, the memory grows stronger each time. This is called spaced repetition. So instead of repeating something 10 times in 1 day, repeat it once today, once tomorrow, once after 3 days, and once after a week. This way, you will lock it into long-term memory. This is the foundation. Today we have started the journey by understanding why memory fails and how to build the basic skills of attention, visualization, association, and repetition. From this point forward, every exercise will build on these principles. Stay with me because in the next part we will go deeper. We will create your personal memory workout, simple daily drills that will train your brain like never before. And once you practice them, you will realize how quickly your memory can transform. In the last part, you discovered the real foundations of memory: attention, visualization, association, and spaced repetition. These 4 principles are like the pillars of a strong building. Without them, every trick and every method will collapse. But with them, you can build an extraordinary ability to recall information whenever you need it. Now it's time to move forward. In this part, we are going to create your daily memory workout. Simple, practical exercises that anyone can follow in just a few minutes a day. These exercises are not theory. They are real practice that will shape your brain into a sharper, faster, more confident memory machine. The idea of a memory gym. Think about your body for a second. If you go to the gym only once in a month, nothing changes. If you work out for 10 hours in 1 day but then stop for the rest of the month, again, nothing changes. The secret is short, consistent training. Just 15 minutes of exercise daily will give better results than one huge workout every few weeks. Memory works exactly the same way. You don't need to sit for hours. You need short, consistent practice with the right drills. That's why this program is designed to give you a set of daily 5-minute routines. These routines will slowly but surely rewire your brain to remember faster and retain longer. So let's begin building your memory gym. Exercise 1. Name and face mastery. The first workout is all about people. One of the most common complaints is, "I always forget names." It's embarrassing and frustrating. But with this exercise, you can fix it. Here's what to do. 1. Every day, look at 5 new faces. They can be real people you meet, photos in newspapers, or even random images online. 2. Give each face a name. If they already have one, perfect. If not, invent a name. 3. Now create a funny or unusual image linking the name to the face. Example. Imagine meeting a man named Mr. Green. Look at his eyes and picture them glowing green like emeralds. Or if his name is Sarah, imagine her surrounded by stars. The more vivid the image, the more easily you will recall it. Do this daily, and soon your ability to remember names and faces will surprise you. Exercise 2. The Memory Palace. This is one of the oldest and most powerful techniques in history, used by ancient Greek speakers to deliver long speeches without notes. It's called the Memory Palace or the method of loci. Here's how it works. 1. Imagine a place you know very well, your home, your school, or even your office. 2. Visualize walking through it, room by room, corner by corner. 3. Now, when you want to remember a list of items, place each item inside this palace. For example, if you need to memorize the words book, candle, phone, and key, you can imagine a giant book lying on your bed, or a burning candle sitting on the kitchen table, or a phone ringing loudly in the bathroom, or a shining key hanging on the front door. When you mentally walk through your palace later, you will see all the items in order. Practice this with small lists every day. Start with 4 items, then 6, then 10. Over time, you will be able to store dozens of things in your palace and recall them instantly. Exercise 3. Number transformations. Numbers are usually the hardest to remember because they don't carry natural meaning. But there is a way to transform them into something unforgettable. One system is called the shape system. Each number looks like something. A 0 equals ball. A 1 equals candle or stick. 2 equals swan. A 3 equals handcuffs or butterfly. 4 equals chair. A 5 equals snake. A 6 equals golf club. A 7 equals boomerang. A 8 equals snowman. A 9 equals balloon. So if you want to remember the number 2045, you can imagine a swan, 2, flying around a ball, 0, then landing on a chair, 4, while a snake, 5, curls around it. The picture may be crazy, but that's exactly why your brain will not forget it. Practice with 2-digit numbers every day. Later, you can use the major system or PAO system for even larger numbers, but for now, shapes are enough. Exercise 4. Speed recall. The next drill is about speed. It's not enough to just store information, you must be able to pull it out instantly. That's what makes your memory powerful in real life. Here's how to train. 1. Take 10 random words, any words you like. 2. Use association or visualization to connect them in your mind. 3. Set a timer for 1 minute. 4. Try to recall all 10 words in order as fast as you can. At first, you may hesitate. But with practice, your recall speed will increase. You are not just building memory, you are building reflex memory, the ability to produce answers without delay. Exercise 5. Story chains. Another fun daily workout is to take unrelated items and create a story. This is similar to what you saw earlier, but now you will push it further. Let's say you need to remember these 5 items: apple, mirror, train, guitar, elephant. Here's one possible story. A giant apple falls from the sky and cracks a mirror. From the mirror comes a train rushing out, and inside the train, a man is playing guitar while an elephant dances next to him. Strange. Yes. Memorable. Absolutely. Do this every day with 5 to 10 random items. It will train your imagination and make your memory more creative. The importance of review. Now, you may be thinking, this all sounds good, but how do I make it permanent? The answer is review. Without review, even the best exercises will fade. But with proper review, your memory will grow stronger each day. Here's a simple system. A review new exercises at the end of the day. A review again the next day. A review again after 3 days. A review once more after a week. This is the spaced repetition method. It prevents forgetting and locks memories deep into your long-term storage. Overcoming frustration. One important thing to remember: you will not become a memory master in one day. At first, your images may feel weak, your stories confusing, your recall slow. That's normal. Just like muscles need time to grow, your brain also needs time. The only real mistake is giving up. As long as you practice a little every day, improvement is guaranteed. So whenever you feel frustrated, remind yourself, this is part of the training. Every challenge is building my memory stronger. Bringing it all together. Let's summarize today's session. 1. Memory training must be daily and consistent. 2. Names and faces can be remembered through vivid associations. 3. The memory palace is one of the most powerful tools for lists and speeches. 4. Numbers can be turned into shapes for easier recall. 5. Speed recall and story chains make your memory sharper and more flexible. 6. Review is essential. Without it, nothing lasts. If you follow these drills daily, even for just a few minutes, you will notice a transformation within weeks. Your recall will become faster, your confidence stronger, and your ability to remember details sharper than ever before. Stay with me, because in the next part we will go even further. We will look at advanced techniques, methods used by memory champions to memorize entire books, hundreds of digits, and complex information quickly. And you will see that these techniques are not only for geniuses, they are for anyone willing to practice. Your brain is more powerful than you ever imagined. This is only the beginning. In the previous part, we built your memory gym and introduced you to daily exercises that strengthen recall. You practiced remembering names and faces, using the memory palace, converting numbers into images, improving speed recall, and creating story chains. By now, you should have felt some progress. Your imagination is more active, and your recall is sharper. Now it's time to go deeper. This part will focus on advanced strategies that memory experts use to handle massive amounts of information. Long speeches, books, numbers, and even languages. These methods may seem complex at first, but with patience, you will see how they can become part of your own routine. Why go beyond the basics? The basics are like learning to walk. But if you want to run, dance, or compete in sports, you need more advanced skills. Similarly, if you want to memorize a shopping list, the basics are enough. But if you want to remember chapters of a textbook, or dozens of names in a conference, or hundreds of foreign vocabulary words, you need something more powerful. That's why advanced methods exist. Not for geniuses, but for ordinary people who are willing to train. Technique 1. The major system for numbers. Earlier, you learned the shape system, which is great for small numbers. But what if you want to memorize phone numbers, dates, or hundreds of digits? That's where the major system comes in. The major system turns numbers into sounds, and then you can build words from those sounds. For example, a 0 equals S, Z. A 1 equals T, D. 2 equals N. A 3 equals M. 4 equals R. 5 equals L. 6 equals J, SH, CH. 7 equals K, G. 8 equals F, V. A 9 equals P, B. So if you want to memorize 32, you convert 3 equals M and 2 equals N. Together they form the sound MN. Now you can turn it into a word like moon. If the number is 1492, the year Columbus sailed, you convert 1 equals T, 4 equals R, 9 equals P, 2 equals N. That becomes TRPN. You can make the word torpedo. Imagine Columbus sailing on a torpedo instead of a ship. Suddenly the year 1492 is unforgettable. Practice with birthdays, phone numbers, or historical dates. Soon, long numbers will feel like simple words. Technique 2. The peg system. Sometimes you want to remember ordered lists, first, second, third, and so on. The peg system helps by giving each number a fixed image, like pegs, on which you can hang information. For example, 1 equals sun, 2 equals shoe, 3 equals tree. 4 equals door. 5 equals hive. 6 equals sticks. 7 equals heaven. 8 equals gate. 9 equals wine. 10 equals hen. Now, if you want to remember a list of 10 items, you connect each item to its peg. Suppose your list is apple, chair, book, pen, guitar, bottle, dog, plane, hat, candle. You imagine a sun shining on a giant apple, or a shoe kicking a chair, or a tree made of books, or a door covered in pens, or a hive buzzing with guitars. When you recall later, you just follow the peg numbers. This way, order never gets lost. Technique 3. The journey method. This is similar to the memory palace but designed for long sequences. Instead of one building, you imagine a journey, your walk to school, a bus ride through the city, or a path in a park. Each landmark becomes a storage spot. For example, if your walk has 10 landmarks, a bench, a fountain, a shop, a traffic light, etc., you can store one item at each place. For 100 items, choose a longer route or multiple routes. This method is powerful for memorizing speeches, scripts, or even book outlines. Technique 4. Linking vocabulary. One of the biggest challenges people face is learning new languages. Memory champions use visualization to turn foreign words into images. Suppose you want to remember the Spanish word gato, cat. You can imagine a cat wearing a gown. The sound gato connects with gown, and the picture connects with cat. Or the French word pomme, apple. You can imagine an apple falling on your palm. Palm sounds like poem. By linking sound and meaning with pictures, vocabulary becomes unforgettable. Technique 5. Chunking information. The brain struggles with random data but loves patterns. That's why phone numbers are split into groups, e.g., 555-678-9012. This is called chunking. You can apply chunking to everything. Break a 20-digit number into 5 groups of 4. Split a speech into 5 main themes. Divide vocabulary into categories like animals, colors, or foods. Chunking reduces overload and makes recall faster. Overcoming plateaus. At this stage, you might hit a plateau. Progress feels slow, and exercises seem harder. This is normal. Every learner faces it. The key is patience. Remember, even champions train for years. The important thing is consistency. Even 10 minutes a day will keep your skills growing. Review and reinforcement. To make advanced techniques work, combine them with spaced repetition. Day 1, learn and review. Day 2, quick review. Day 4, review again. Day 7, review once more. Day 15, final review. This cycle prevents forgetting and locks knowledge into long-term memory. Final thoughts for this part. In this session, you discovered 1. The major system for turning numbers into words. 2. The peg system for ordered lists. 3. The journey method for long sequences. 4. Visualization tricks for learning languages. 5. Chunking to simplify complex data. Each of these methods can feel strange at first, but with practice, they become second nature. Soon you will realize you can memorize things that once felt impossible. Stay with me because in the next part, we will explore how to combine all these techniques into a full strategy for studying, exams, public speaking, and everyday life. You are not just training memory. You are training confidence, creativity, and control over your mind. Your journey is only getting stronger. In the last section, you practiced advanced techniques like the peg system and the major system, learning how to link numbers, words, and ideas with images that make them unforgettable. Now, in this part, we are going to take your skills even further by looking at real-life applications of memory training. After all, the true test of a strong memory is not in practice exercises, it's in daily life, studies, and work. This part will give you practical strategies to apply memory methods in exams, learning new languages, public speaking, and even in simple, everyday situations like remembering shopping lists or phone numbers. Memory for exams and studies. One of the most stressful situations is preparing for exams. Many students read textbooks for hours but forget most of the information when it matters. The problem is not intelligence, it's technique. Here's how to study with memory systems. 1. Break chapters into sections. Every big chapter can be divided into small chunks. 2. Assign each section to a location in your memory palace. For example, your bedroom could hold the first theme, your kitchen the second, and your living room the third. 3. Convert key facts into images. If the topic is about the French Revolution in 1789, you could picture a giant French flag exploding like fireworks in your living room, with numbers shaped into funny objects. 1 equals candle, 7 equals boomerang, 8 equals snowman, 9 equals balloon. 4. Review with spaced repetition. Go over your palace after 1 day, then 3 days, then a week. This system makes even heavy textbooks more manageable and ensures that knowledge sticks. Memory for learning languages. Vocabulary is the biggest challenge when learning a new language. The mistake most people make is repeating words without images or stories. But your brain remembers best when you connect words with vivid pictures. Here's the method. 1. Take a new word, for example, the Spanish word gato, cat. 2. Imagine a cat sitting inside a gate, sounds like gato. 3. Whenever you think of cat, the picture of the gate appears, and the word gato comes back instantly. You can use this system for hundreds of words, and with practice, your vocabulary will expand rapidly. Memory for public speaking. Another powerful use of memory is in speeches or presentations. Many people write everything down and then panic when they forget a line. But memory techniques can make you a confident speaker without notes. Here's how. 1. Write down the main points of your speech. 2. Assign each point to a location in your memory palace or journey. 3. Create images for each point. For example, if you're talking about climate change, imagine your kitchen filled with melting ice cubes. 4. Before the speech, mentally walk through your palace. This way, you'll never get lost during a presentation. You won't remember word for word, but you'll always recall the main points in order. Memory in daily life. You don't need exams or speeches to benefit from these methods. Here are some everyday uses. A shopping list. Turn the items into a silly story. For example, if you need bread, milk, and bananas, imagine a giant loaf of bread riding a cow, milk, while a monkey throws bananas from the roof. Names and faces. When meeting someone new, make an association instantly. If you meet Mr. King, imagine a crown sitting on his head. Phone numbers. Use the shape or major system to convert numbers into images. For example, 29 could be a swan, 2, holding a balloon, 9. Tasks and appointments. Attach each task to a room in your house. When you mentally walk through your house, you'll remember each task in order. Review. The key to long-term memory. No matter which method you use, there's one rule. Without review, you will forget. Memory techniques are powerful, but they need reinforcement. The formula is simple. A review on the same day. A review the next day. A review again after 3 days. A review once more after 7 days. This process, known as spaced repetition, turns short-term memory into long-term knowledge. Overcoming challenges. At this stage, you may still feel that some techniques are difficult or that your images are not strong enough. That's normal. Every memory champion started the same way. The secret is practice. With time, your imagination will get faster, your associations clearer, and your recall more natural. What feels slow today will soon become automatic. Whenever you get frustrated, remember, every small improvement builds the foundation for a stronger memory. Wrapping up this part. In this part, you learned how to apply memory systems to real life. Studying and exams become easier with memory palaces and images. Learning new languages becomes faster with word associations. Public speaking becomes more confident with journeys and vivid visuals. Daily life becomes smoother with stories, pegs, and associations. You now have tools that can help you not only remember but also perform better in school, work, and everyday life. In the next and final part, we will bring everything together. You'll discover how to create a complete memory strategy, a lifestyle of memory mastery that grows with you for the rest of your life. We have reached the final part of this journey. Over the past sections, you have discovered the foundations of memory, built your daily exercises, learned advanced methods, and explored powerful strategies like the memory palace, PEG system, major system, and visualization for language learning. Now it is time to put everything together into a complete memory strategy, a system you can use in real life for studying, public speaking, exams, work, or even everyday situations. This last chapter is not just about techniques. It's about mindset, lifestyle, and building a memory that supports you for the rest of your life. Step 1. Building your memory routine. A skill grows only if you practice it consistently. That is why you need a routine. Your routine doesn't have to take hours, even 20 minutes a day is enough. Here's a simple example. A 5 minutes, name and face practice. A 5 minutes, memory palace or journey exercise with a short list. 5 minutes, number or vocabulary training. A 5 minutes, speed recall or story chains. This short daily workout will keep your brain sharp. Over weeks, your ability will multiply, just like a muscle that grows with daily training. Step 2. Using memory for studying. Students often spend hours reading but still forget most of what they studied. The solution is to study with memory techniques. 1. Break the chapter into chunks. Identify the main themes or sections. 2. Build a memory palace. Place each theme or section in a room or location. 3. Add vivid images. If the section is about photosynthesis, imagine a plant drinking sunlight with a straw. 4. Review with spaced repetition. Review after 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, and 15 days. This approach makes studying faster and keeps knowledge in your long-term memory. Step 3. Using memory for public speaking. One of the greatest fears is forgetting a speech in front of people. But with memory techniques, you can speak confidently without notes. Write your speech in bullet points. Or assign each bullet to a location in your memory palace or journey. Visualize exaggerated, funny, or dramatic images for each point. Before speaking, mentally walk through your palace. When you stand on stage, you don't need to panic. Your brain will walk through the journey and deliver each point naturally. Step 4. Memory in daily life. Memory is not just for exams or speeches. It can make everyday life easier. Names and faces. Use associations when meeting new people. Shopping lists. Turn items into a funny story chain. Appointments and tasks. Attach them to images in your palace. Passwords or numbers. Convert them with the major system. When you start applying memory in daily routines, it becomes second nature. You'll soon realize that forgetting simple things becomes rare. Step 5. The lifestyle of a strong memory. Techniques alone are not enough. Your brain is part of your body, and it needs the right lifestyle to function at its best. 1. Sleep. Memory is consolidated during sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours. 2. Diet. Foods rich in omega-3, antioxidants, and vitamins, like fish, nuts, fruits, and vegetables, support brain health. 3. Exercise. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain and improves focus. 4. Stress management. High stress blocks memory. Use meditation, breathing, or relaxation exercises. 5. Continuous learning. Keep challenging your brain with new skills, languages, or hobbies. A healthy lifestyle makes your memory techniques 10x more powerful. Step 6. The mindset of a memory master. The biggest obstacle is not the difficulty of the techniques, it is the belief that, I can't do this. Many people give up too early, thinking memory is only for geniuses. But science shows that memory champions are normal people who practiced consistently. Adopt this mindset. Every failure is training. Every mistake teaches you. Progress is slow at first but unstoppable with persistence. If you believe in your ability and keep practicing, mastery will come. Combining everything. A full example. Let's imagine you are preparing for an exam. Here's how you could use all techniques together. 1. Outline the chapter. Break it into 10 sections. 2. Create a journey. Assign each section to a location. 3. Convert details into images. If one section is about World War II, 1939 to 1945, imagine a torpedo, 1492, exploding next to a soldier eating a snake, 45. 4. Use pegs for lists. If the causes of war are 5 points, attach each cause to a peg word, sun, shoe, tree, etc. 5. Review with spaced repetition. Day 1, 3, 7, 15, 6. Test with speed recall. Try to list everything quickly. With this method, you won't just memorize facts, you will understand them, recall them instantly, and feel confident in exams. Preparing for long-term success. Memory mastery is a lifelong skill. Here's how to keep growing. Add one new technique every month. Challenge yourself with real tasks, learn a poem, memorize 50 new words, recall 30 names at an event. Join memory competitions or online challenges to stay motivated. Teach others what you learn. Teaching makes knowledge permanent. Closing inspiration. You started this journey unsure of your memory's power. You learned that attention, visualization, association, and repetition are the 4 pillars. You practiced with names, faces, palaces, numbers, and stories. You explored advanced techniques like the major system, peg system, journey method, and chunking. And now, you know how to apply memory in studies, public speaking, daily life, and personal growth. The final lesson is this. Memory is not a gift, it is a skill. Just like learning to play an instrument or training your body, memory grows stronger with practice. So from today, make memory training a part of your life. Use it, play with it, and enjoy it. In weeks, you will see improvement. In months, you will surprise yourself. In years, you will have a mind sharper, stronger, and more reliable than you ever imagined. This is the end of the program, but truly it is only the beginning of your journey. Your brain is capable of wonders. Now it is up to you to unlock them. Stay curious, stay consistent, and remember, your memory is your superpower.